Oh, LOL. I was muted that whole time. Ain't that just the way? Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. How are y'all doing today? I wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of Miss Honey early in the morning. How are y'all doing today? We got some black sunlight in here. Good morning. Good morning. We have Bree with us. Good morning. Love all the book emojis. So slay. So slay. How are y'all doing today? Drop whatever you're working on. I have news. So, yes, we're going to be doing a little teeny touch of some proofread updates that my ARC readers found for the same house. And they're like very small little things where it's like a letter. It needs to be changed. And it's very just like, everybody on mute, but it's every Cody on mute. Yeah. I stay on mute by accident sometimes. It happens. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Hello. Mr. O'Keefe, how are you? Hello. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? Love it. Love that you're all here. What was that about? I literally was just talking about something. Oh, we're going to do a little titty touch of proofreading based on some things that my ARC readers found. And then we're gonna work on a new secret project. I think I'm starting to find the voice of my next thriller. So yeah, that's exciting. That was something that happened this week. Another fun thing that happened this week is I started getting the first reviews of The Same House, which is always, that first week when you're just sitting and waiting on the reviews to come through, it is always so terrifying, first of all, because you're like, at any moment, I could just see a 1-star and realize that everyone hates it, Obviously, that's not what happened. And so I'm very grateful for that. But I mean, just seeing all the love that's been happening over on Instagram and just people reviewing the book and like really, really resonating with it. It has been really just a cool, happy time this week. And so I'm very grateful for that. And just the fact that, hold on, sorry. I'm going to a birthday party later today. And so they were just texting like, hey, you still good to pick up food? Yeah, girl. Okay. Let's see here. Black Sunlight is still cutting words. Oh, that is the worst. Gonna add some more words to this sad romance. Okay, so we have someone cutting words and someone adding more words. So, balance. Doing well, just still deep into editing. Love that. What part of the editing phase are you in again? Are we developmental? Are we looking at just like line edit, proofread? What's the vibe? Because today I'm going to be in brainstorming mode. I'm excited. I haven't gotten to be in brainstorming mode in a little while. Hello, good morning, welcome in. Yes, the best news. It really was. It has been such a lovely week because of those like really nice reviews that people have been saying. So yes, love these sprints with you, Evelyn, Taylor, and Natalie. It's like meeting my coworkers and sort of keeps me on a writing schedule. Yes, I love it. I mean, and there's pretty much someone every day because Natalie and Taylor are Monday. Evelyn and Taylor are, or no, Natalie and Taylor are Monday. Evelyn is Tuesday and Thursday. And then I'm on Saturday. And then probably, especially during like like drafting season, I'll probably end up picking up at least one more. I might do Wednesday, like Wednesday nights. Obviously I can't do Wednesday mornings because I work, but I can probably keep my Saturday morning so I can still keep my morning group and then do some evening sprints so I can hang out with my evening group as well. You know what I mean? So that'll be the vibe probably here in, let's see, Probably starting in September, if I had to guess, because that's going to be when we're starting to gear up for a 90-day novel, which, by the way, this whole time I've been saying that I want to. What? Sorry, I got distracted. I didn't even know the book was out. Found it. Which one? My book or the other book? There's someone else talking about a book. Line edits, then off to copy edits. That's so exciting. Line edits are like, I like them better than dev edits for sure, because that second draft dev edit is like painful to get through. You know what I mean? But like line edits and copy edits, while they require focus, it's a different level of focus. It requires more in my brain. Well, maybe not. That's not true. I was going to say it requires more eye focus than brain focus, but that's not true, because you're literally constantly in some sort of trying to make sure that every single line is the voice that you want, matches the voice that you want. So my hat is off to you, sir. Hello, good morning. Thank you for being here. How are you? I'll take your words. Exactly. Y'all just kind of do a little swap. And then one of you will gain words, the other will lose words, and it'll be great. Candace asked if I should attempt to draft my first book in a series or finish the series outline to know where I am going. Ooh, That's a good, well, not a good predicament, but I mean, here's the thing. There's no harm will come from attempting to start the first book, because worst case scenario, you get maybe 20,000 words in. I mean, do you know the beginning? Because I mean, you might not know the end, but if you know like the beginning, you can just kind of do what some people do called headlights writing, where they only plot what they can see in front of them. They write it, and then once they hit the point where they don't have an outline anymore, they look ahead and headlights again, and they just keep doing that until they reach the end of the story. So maybe try that. See if it works for you, because it's kind of like a little bit of both. It's like you're outlining as you go, but also you're not. You know what I mean? And also, I mean, if it helps you to know like the big pieces, like the big, like, because I work from, like, especially in a series, like a fantasy series, whenever I was trying to figure out how many books this was going to be, I started with how many big problems do we need to solve? And pretty much I took each of those big problems and made them into their own piece of the book, because there's really one ultimate goal, which is to save the world, obviously. But like saving the world is broken up into many steps. And so it's kind of like break down like what you would do to save the world, and then maybe it'll spark something, inspire something, and lead you to something that your characters can do. I hope that made any sense at all. 11:11, make a wish. It's 10:11 for me, but I'll still make a wish. Thank you. Everyone, reminder to set your alarm for 11:11 if it's not 11:11 where you are, so that you cannot miss your wish. Okay. Oh, yay. Thank you. That means so much. I love it. Line edits can get so tunnel vision-y. Yes. It's like you'll clean up a line, and if you don't zoom out and read ahead, you'll end up changing a sentence to match another one. Yes. Oh, that is... I find so many instances of that where I'm writing and I'm like, oh, I haven't mentioned that the character is standing waist deep in water. And then literally on the next page, there's a line that says the water is waist deep. And I'm like, why did I do that? But whatever. Oh, for sure. Dev edits are always hard, because that's when you have to like kind of be a little serious. And you're like, okay, I have to actually make this story make sense. It's not fun anymore, But then again, if putting together puzzles, if blowing up a puzzle and putting it back together is your thing, then dev edits might be for you, because they're not for me. But they are a necessary evil, because they are really what solidifies the actual story part of the book is that those dev edits. So, I feel like line and copy edits are mostly for reader experience, to keep them like in the flow of the book and to keep their attention, because God knows it's hard to keep anyone's attention, much less our own. So it just we'd be out here doing our best. Oh, I posted on my Instagram, but look, I want a physical copy. Well, this isn't all of them, but this is just some of them. For picture purposes, but how fun! I get to just like hold my book like a deck of cards, and it's just vibing over here. Look, that's neat. How fun! How fun! And now I can be like, "Hi, I'm Cody Wayne Morris, author of Book and Book." Like how neat! And I get to like add it to my stack. And I will say, don't be mad to me, but it is a different size than Ghostwriters Club, because like if you wanted to compare it to Ghostwriters Club, she's thicker, but she is a little shorter, because I did some research, which I should have done before I published this book, just to see like the most popular in the genre size for thriller, psychological thriller slash horror. And this was the what's the word? The publishing industry standard was this size. And I will say, like, having it and like holding it next to Ghostwriters Club, this one does feel more like that, this one's slightly larger, but not by much. But like, also, I just realized that like same color vibe. I didn't even mean to pick up that book, but same teal red vibe. Okay. Let me put this down and catch up on the chat. I'm going to try and revise material from last year. Ooh, so we're going to be, I guess, perhaps starting with a read-through of said material. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what part you're commenting on as far as the good thinking, but I'm going to take the compliment and run. Okay? Because I don't often think good. The end. Come on. There we go. 8:11 here. Have a couple hours before my wish. Same. It's like you have to read a full recipe before you start cooking. Line editing feels the same. Oh, yes. Okay. Agreed. Yeah, it's like this character didn't do this yet. Next chapter in the outline, character B does that thing. Yeah. That is literally what it's like. The bane of my existence. Ugh, like a dual deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, man. Okay. So, for anyone who has watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm curious as to what your favorite series was and why it was Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Tell me that. Riddle me that, because that was my favorite of all of them. Because I just loved. Sorry, I was getting a phone call on my computer, but just loved Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It was my most fun. Favorite one because of the elemental heroes, and then when I combined and made new heroes, something about that just really did something for my little nerd heart. So just saying. Yes, GX was that girl, and I will die on that hill. Elemental hero Burstinatrix could never. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I have to put anime Cody back up. I don't really watch a lot of anime. I mostly watch Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I did watch Gundam. I watched a little bit of Death Note. What other animes have I seen? There was one that was really sad about a girl that played piano. I couldn't tell you the name of it, but it made me cry. It's actually super good advice. I hadn't broken the problems down like that. Also, headlights writing is a new thing to me. That's so interesting. I'm going to try that. Well, you're so welcome, Ellen. I'm so happy that I could offer that to you, because I hear these terms literally all the time, because my algorithm is nothing but writers, readers on YouTube and Instagram. What is my hair trying to do up here? Its best is what it's trying to do. There we go. And so I hear these terms all the time, and so I just forget that not everyone's algorithm is trained with a bajillion writers and readers like mine is. But yeah, maybe try headlights writing. It's a fun little mix of both. Some of my friends do it, And what I do is I create goalposts. Like, for example, my fantasies, each book has its own goalposts, you know? And so I know the big things that I'm working towards, and I kind of let everything in the middle be up to my characters, unless it's gonna like change the story drastically, obviously. But have fun with it. Don't think about it too hard. Because first drafts are for fun anyways. They're just to get the story from your brain to your head. You can fix the outline and all that other stuff later. So that's my advice. Don't even worry about it. I'm afraid I'm making my book so confusing because I'm weaving back and forth through timelines. You know what? You say that, but then I think of really popular books that have done this. I mean, if you think about it, it's what's her name? Victoria Aveyard. Her new pirate fantasy is a back and forth between then and now. What's another popular one that I feel like I've read one recently that went back between timelines? A lot of Frida McFadden books do that. Go back and forth between then and now. So I really think you're okay. There is, no matter how complicated the story, there's a way to make it like digestible for the reader, for sure. So I think you got it for sure. From the stuff that you've shared in these group chats, girl, you're gonna slay. Okay. Oh, thank you. I really do love it. And like this was the easy. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, guys. We went from idea, like I what's the word? Reached out like to him with the what I wanted, and we found some items that for purchase. Like this picture, this house was like a picture that like I had to like buy from something so that I had like the rights to use it. But yeah, this literally was just like a white background and a dollhouse. Like that's all it was. And then obviously my cover designer added in all the shading and the colors to make it look like the dollhouse is like sitting on a floor. And then this was my idea, was adding the stars in the back. So if you've read the book, then you know whose room that is with the stars. And then of course, I just love this. I was like, can we add lights up top and then add a little person shadow? And he asked if I wanted to get rid of all the little dolls inside, because there are little like dolls like inside of the house. And I was like, absolutely not. Those are creepy as hell and I want to keep them. So I love it. It's just so fun too. And I don't know if I've shown y'all seen it probably on YouTube, but just if you want like a better lighting image. The storm. I love these little chapter headers or part headers. They're so pretty. Anyway, I'm going to stop looking at my book now. I just get real excited about it. It's my faves. Ooh, a fun question. Most writing advice is prescriptive, but what's one rule you stand 10 toes down on? What is one writing rule? It's not even really a writing rule, but I mean, I always tell my friends to like just trust your gut, because a lot of the time, like art is one of those things where you can so easily get sucked into decision paralysis because there are so many choices that your characters have to make to get from one point of the story to the last, And so it's always wondering if you're making the right choice. And so usually I mean, it's not technically writing advice, but it's really any kind of craft advice, is just trust your gut. Like this is your story. You're building it. Only you know how to tell it the way that it's going to be told, because only one person can tell your story the way it's meant to be told, and that's you. So that is my writing advice, is just trust your gut and don't and maybe this sounds a little anti, but my writing advice is don't listen to writing advice. Take what works for you, and if it doesn't work for you, throw it away. There's no one way. Actually, you know what? Here's my writing advice. Are you ready? There is no one way to write. There is no one way to write. Writing is as individual a process as a fingerprint. Everyone has their own process, their own things they struggle with, their own things they're good at. Writing is not the same for everyone. So if you are watching the most popular YouTuber on YouTube giving you 10 tips to finish the first draft, and none of them work for you, and you think you're the problem, stop that right now. You are not the problem. They're super, and really, if we're being real honest, most of these people get their outlines for their writing routines from other people's writing routine videos who have already done this just because they need content to post. And that's just me saying what I want to say. Okay. And so, if you take nothing else from any of my streams, is your writing process is yours alone. Don't let anyone tell you that you're doing it wrong. Don't let anyone tell you how you could do it better, because if it works for you, that's the best way you can write a book. Okay. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh my gosh. You are so exactly right. That is the name of the anime I was talking about with the piano girl. Wow. Broke my heart, by the way, in case you were wondering. Love the Elemental Hero series of cars. Jaden having the skills to be in the blue house, but choosing to stay in red because that's where his friends were. Yes. He could have been a star. He could have been a legend, but he just chose to be with his buds because that's what it was all about. It was all about friendship, not winning. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Something happens in 1976 chapter and it relates to a 1967 chapter, so the story goes back. That raises a question that is answered by something in 1959, etc. I understand, but I still think there's a way to do it, and I think you got it. I really do. Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you. My one rule is never say a character hissed if what they said didn't contain an S or a Z. That makes sense because a hiss is very much a like noise. Because you can't be like, you butthead, she hissed. Who's hissing that? Oh. I'm having issues trying to draft the quieter scenes between the action scenes. I think it's because I'm an underwriter when drafting, so don't write the interiority needed in the quieter scenes. Back to my original point is that this is just the first draft. You're not going to get all of your interiority, all of your setting, all of your character development, all of your world building. You're not go ahead and get that out of your head right now. You're not going to get that on the first draft. So I believe in you. Okay. Just keep pushing with what you got, and you can add the rest of the whatever you need to add in draft 2. That's why draft 2 is such a bitch, is because we put so much like so many things like, oh, that's a draft 2 problem. That's a draft 2 problem. And then when draft 2 comes, you're staring at a mountain of problems. And you're like, oh no, I'm scared. But if it also, like I'm also talking in circles here. If it works for you to, have everything as you're drafting, then keep on keeping on. But if it's not working for you, then try something different. You never know. Okay. I need to stop yapping and we need to write. Okay. Those are the rules. Except my sprint is not loading. There we go. Okay, friends, we're going to get back into this lovely conversation after our first sprint. 40 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck, and I'll see you all in 40. All right. That was the first sprint. How did we do? Also, feel free to drop some lines in the chat because I will be sharing a little bit of something that I wrote during that sprint because I actually wrote a little bit. There we go. Lost my window there for a second. All right, let's see. We'll go back up here. I missed a couple comments before we got started. Thank you for that advice, Cody. It's so valuable and true. I watched all those YouTubers when I was trying to figure this out and just had to go my own way. Yeah. Same Z's friend. Gonna sound super robotic and less fun, but have you tried breaking down the paragraph sentence by sentence to nail interiority like a template for practice? Ooh. Come on, template. Wasted 2 years of my writing life trying to follow the guru author-tuber advice, and at the same time, I was totally blocked until I let go of it. Amen. These are your testimonials, everyone. Don't take my word for it. Take everybody else's. Don't worry, guys. My first draft is so skinny. We'll all get through this. Yes, indeed, we will. We do will. And also, this just made me LOL. LOL. That was very funny. Yeah. Future me is always going to have present me for all the fix this notes I've left. Yeah, unfortunately. I missed the start. Yes, welcome in. We had Hervina join us. The first draft currently consists of actions and dialogue, no description or thoughts, which I recently learned is perfectly valid drafting method. Yeah, all drafting methods are valid. If you get the words from your brain to the paper, that's a valid drafting method. You know what I mean? Just hit a scene is going to be more reflective for the MC, and drafting technique doesn't quite work. Yeah, I'm just saying. And I was like, nothing like a bracket to really get the writing session started. You know what I mean? Good morning, Alyssa. How are you doing this morning? Hope you're doing well. Struggling to write a dreaded important chapter that only existed as an idea until I got to the point I needed it. Already been staring at it for a week, and it's probably going to take another week to finish, and that's okay. Some scenes just come to us slower than others, and that's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate part of the process. Almost finished with the topic. Yay. What a ride. I identified a specific bad habit I have that for some reason only applied to the first 15 chapters of this book. So after chapter 15, we just fixed it. That part of the brain just fully formed and was like, oh, you know what? We're not doing that anymore, actually. Bled out 136 words. Hey, there's more words than you had before. 613. I hit my monthly goal early. Congratulations. What was your monthly goal? I'm just curious because I love a goal. Lurked in the first chatty session, spent that sprint reading through book 2 notes from the copy editor. Also, hello. Good morning, Ian. Also very exciting. Book 2 copy edits. That means like book 1 is like done pretty much at this point, especially if you're in copy edits. Author-tuber advice videos only do one thing for me. I love listening to other people get passionate about the craft of writing, even if I don't follow their advice. Makes my brain spark. Honestly, I get that. And I think that's what it is. It's seeing someone else who has found something work for them that gives us hope to find the thing that works for us. And I think that's what keeps us coming back to those videos, is the hope that every time we click on that next video, maybe the next one will find the one thing that we need. Maybe next one we'll find the one routine that actually works for our brain. And then you get stuck in a time suck of just watching YouTube videos and you look up and it's been 5 hours, you haven't written anything. Because I've been there for sure. So I feel you on that one. But I get the inspiration that it brings. So like it's a great place to visit every now and again, but it's never a place that you want to linger, you know? So go ahead and just take with that what you will. Okay, we have a line. I want to pin that. 24,800 words for the month of June. Slightly past it today. Excited to see how much I can get more into that. Can I get to 30K? I mean, why not? YOLO. You still have like what, 5-6 days? Almost a full week left. For 5,000 words, I think you can do it. Especially if you've written 25,000 words in 25 days. You can absolutely write another 5,000 in the next 5. So, slay. Congrats. That's so amazing. Now I want to know what everyone's wildest, funniest bracketed note is. Just wrote, insert cunty retort here. I love it. Okay, 400 words making food right now. Love that. Love that. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of the best. I don't really have like funny brackets, I don't think. At least not in this one yet. Let me see. Let me see if I did any funny ones in my outline. No, let me see. Because I recently also did Project Purple outline. But I got to remember where it is. Story of my life, right? Where did I write that? I think it was in Notion. No. I know where it was. It was in my notes on my Apple. I was going to say on my phone, but it's on my laptop and everything too. I literally have a folder just for book outlines. Okay, let's see. What's the funniest? LOL, Jen will get a kick out of this one. The last bracket that I wrote was hashtag cult vibes. So that's the last bracket I wrote. Hashtag cult vibes. Yes. Did some cleaning, about to settle into write. Yes. Do like seeing author daily vlogs and them talking about their whips. Yes. We'll love a vlog. Don't get me wrong. I love a vlog. Okay. Come on, Jim Jones. Oh, y'all are funny. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing lines. So if you haven't posted your line, do so because we're starting our next sprint in about 7 minutes. So this is your last line warning. Okay? And if I get to yapping and forget to share my lines, yell at me in the chat. You have my permission. Okay. So from Bree, we have just like the puzzle pieces should have fit together. Everything. Wait, is there a first part to this? No, there's not. Just like a puzzle, the pieces should have fit together. Everything was online until you put them together and saw every little gap. Life can get this way sometimes, and it's okay. And that's the T. And that is the T. Until you put them together and saw every little gap. I don't like that. Because like when you put yourself out in the public eye, it's so much easier to see every little flaw, every little gap, every little thing that's wrong. So I like that. Love. Thank you for sharing. Cult vibes might show up on my Instagram. I mean, listen, I get it. When you got to research, you got to research. Brain got stuck on that fact. I have no idea what the problems are in the other books. Thus, first book doesn't have a real purpose at the moment. Not a bad thing, of course. Okay, well, that's the first step. In order to solve problems, you must find said problems. So I believe in you. Like talking about your gym routine with someone, they could do it so different from you, but it'll make you think about hitting weights again. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Which, speaking of, I have gotten back in the gym. I'm mostly doing like upper body because lower body's fine. You know, like I've always had pretty naturally strong legs, but my upper body is trash. So I'm trying to make that better and work on, buys, tries, back, chest. There's two more. Buy, try, shoulder, lat, chest. Maybe there's two different ones for the chest. I don't know. I do like 6 different things, and that's kind of like the beginner routine that I've kind of made up for myself. So if I start looking real swole in these live streams, you know why. Indeed. Characters are in the trenches right now. Listen, they finna be in the pit. I'm finna be in the pit. They're doing their best. Okay. I didn't see any more lines for now, so I am going to take that as an invitation to read my own. Now, this is. I was kind of playing around with voice with this new story because I had a line come to me and then I just wanted to see where it would follow. So here is. Let me move this a little closer for the audiobook. So the line that hit me was, everything starts with an ordinary day. And that's kind of just like where I went with it. So this is kind of the voice that we're finding. And obviously I feel like the theme is definitely going to be like conformity, because that's kind of what I was finding in this opening passage. But I'm just going to read it and let you listen. So here we go. Audiobook on. Everything starts with an ordinary day. The one where you lumber to the bathroom, wiping the sleep from your eyes, brushing your teeth and fixing your hair the way you fixed it every day since Mom bought you the same pomade her new husband used. You hated it then, but now there's a cold comfort in the routine, warming the product between your hands before passing your palms over each wild hair. There once was a time when even the best gels and sprays couldn't tame them, but today the follicles bow without protest. So that's my little opening passage to Secret Project book. So for now, obviously it could change, but then again, I said that about the about terms and conditions. Terms and conditions, it's not terms and conditions anymore, it's the same house. But for this book, I said the first line was going to change. It didn't. The first line in this book is the first line that I had in draft 1, which is ready to sign your life away, and it's a quote. So that first line remained. So who knows? Maybe this next first line will remain. Thank you. Thank you for the snaps, everyone. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. Ooh, we have a last line from J.K. Lambo. Let's see. Adira pressed the zoom button on her camcorder, eyeing the baking ingredients on the shelves. Well, a smirk played on her lips. What do we have here? Is it rodent snacks or sunscreen? It's implied. I'm on a fitness journey too. Jeremy either has changed the game for me by his videos. Oh, I don't know who that person is. Hold please. Is this on YouTube or Instagram? Please share. Let me see. Now I'm gonna be all over. I'm gonna have fitness algorithm. Oh, okay. Slay. All right. I'm gonna investigate that later, just because I'm always looking for a fun little routine, you know? Face red heart shape. I knew what you meant, but I don't know why it's showing up like that. Oh. He all science backed. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We love people that are backed by science for real. Because some people just be saying stuff. No context from that line, but you'll see when you guys read the book once it's out. Oh, love. Oh, thank you. I really just be feeling a lot of feelings, and I just try to put them into dramatic words. Some people call it dramatic. I call it literary. You know what I mean? Put that on a t-shirt. You call it dramatic. I call it literary because that's the real tea. Sometimes I just want to be dramatic and extra and just all the metaphors, and sometimes things come out of it that, when you're not thinking about every word on the page, you just kind of are trying to. It started with a feeling, I guess, because I kind of know the vibe that I want it to be. And reading that, you wouldn't think that you're in for, I would call it a campy thriller because it's going to be very gay. Very gay. This will be my first gay thriller. So hope y'all are excited about that because literally it's going to be an entire cast of queer people. Um, and I think that's just going to be my genre now. You know what I mean? Yes. Posted a B-Day Instagram post a few weeks ago. Okay, I need to get over there on your Instagram so I can be caught up. Absolutely. I had to write it down, otherwise I'm going to forget. But that does sound like fun. Video of someone doing an RDL and think, "Oh, your spine is going to snap like a wishbone any day now." Oh my gosh. Not the RDL. Give me a minute. I'm not good at gym. Romanian deadlift. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Got to lift with the legs. Please don't snap spines. That is not okay. Was lost in writing, but heard gay. We love gay. Let's go. I love it. Listen, if you really want to, I might make it because I already have like a little. I'm already making merch for the same house right now, anyways. So, I mean, but if you want to make it, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna hot girls read you. So if you want to take those words and make a shirt out of it, be my freaking guest. Not a first sentence, but the most recently written one. He clawed his way out of hell, but I think he stopped just short and settled on a ledge. Ooh, he stopped just short of crawling his way out of hell. Why? What was it about hell that enticed him and made him want to stay? These are all important questions. I posted a way to get some monetary support to publish PSS Late Winter. Yes. Okay. Well, love to see that. Also, speaking of Instagram, because my followers have been steadily climbing, very close to 1,400. And so I just wanted to kind of check on that. We're at 1,370, which is, we were like at the beginning of this month, we were at like 1,200. So there's been a lot of people that have come and found me on there, which is really cool. Which is honestly how I found most of my ARC readers is from Instagram. By the way, if any of you here in the chat right now want to read the same house early as an ARC, just go to the link in my bio and sign up because I'd love to send it to you. And the only payment I need in return is a review, which is free. So if you are interested in psychological thrillers that are a little spooky and twisty and also kind of emotional, then sign up to be an ARC reader. I'd love to have you for real. And if you've already read it and you haven't posted your review on Goodreads, I would love it if you would. Thank you so much. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. And then moving on. Squeeze the glutes. Yes, indeed. Indeed. And that's really, if I'm being so honest, can we just all be like gym bros for a second? So I'm really my main goal, like I said, is upper body. Because while I feel like nice legs, they're muscular, they're strong. I want that up here because I've always just wanted to have like really, strong Grr, you know? And I wanna, because that's like, okay, we're getting real personal. That's my type. Is I love a dad bod, but also with a little bit of muscle. And so that's kind of like the goal. I'm going for dad bod, but with like strength. So anyway, now you all know that. Tucks hair behind ear. Yes. Y'all are so freaking funny. I hope y'all know y'all make my Saturday mornings so just I look forward to this hanging out with you guys on the internet every Saturday for a couple hours. It's literally such a highlight of my week. Oh, so sweet. My military press plateaued until I started squeezing my glutes with each lift. It tricks my whole core into activating and keeps the lower back from taking over the movement. Yes, I one with my with any kind of those exercises, I definitely have to really focus because whenever I first started, obviously I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, man, why is it hurting my lower back so much? And then you just fix a form and you're like, oh, it was me. I'm the problem. LOL. Well, we're moving on from that because our sprint beeped at us a while ago. So we're going to boop, boop, boop. Okay. Do I know what I'm doing? Don't answer that. Okay, friends, our second sprint is here. 40 minutes on the clock. Best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you in 40. Okay, fine. I just saw your message. We'll start at the 30 and then I'll even just to make it even easier. We're going to just make it a 30-minute sprint actually. Cuz I do need to do things. I'm going like I said I'm going to a party later today. And before that, I need to go to the gym. I need to, come home, clean myself, and do all those things. So let's just go ahead and make it a nice even 30. And we'll start it in literally any second now. So I guess if you want to say anything in the next 60 seconds, then feel free to do so. No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it. Okay. Oh, y'all are funny. Okay, let me get my clock back. It's like, why is that not in my widgets? It should be. Okay, thank you. All right, 30 minutes is on the clock. Bye. friends. How did it go? Not gonna lie, that one was mostly a sit and think. A sit and think, which is why the camera was off, because my sit and think face is so atrocious. So hope that went well for y'all. Also, I did update the time. Just gave us a little bit more, a little extra time, even though I went over. That was my bad. So you shouldn't have to suffer. You know what I mean? Also, we had a Katie Ann join us. Hi, friend. Welcome in. Hope you're doing so well. I know you've been working on your draft because Triple Threat's done. You're working on your F1 romance, question mark? How's that going? If you're still here. But yeah, let me know how that went for you guys. And we'll wrap this puppy up. Feel free to share a line if you want to. The last line that I wrote in my notes was, let's see. The last thing that I wrote in my words, in my outline, was random lines that were kind of coming to me. And so the first one is, it all comes out in the wash. And then the other one was, you chose this. So those are the vibes. Cleaned up one last little paragraph that had been bothering me. Felt way too expository without some interiority to season it. Now it's got the adobo. We love the adobo. We love it. Got to have the what's the umami of chapters. Got to have all the flavors. You know, you can't just have too much of one thing. Still too short, but thank you for the extension. You're so welcome. So welcome. It's 371 for the chapter so far. That's great. And you got like 100 and something earlier, so like that's almost 500. Like that's a good chunk. Brain decided it's on a vacation, so I did mostly admin. Hey, I get that. Tries to write, then got an urgent email. Now I'm stuck in insurance land. Ew. Oh, that really is text green game over. Oof. Sending you good vibes, because insurance is the worst. It really is the worst. But okay, let's see if I missed. Junior's cracking me up. Guess I have to keep going out here in the desert without my coworkers. Fine. It's all right. You got a little extra time with your coworkers, so it all worked out. Ooh, last line for the first draft. God, my ears are suing you for damages. Get out. No, I mean it. Get out of my sight. Next. Love it. This must be an audition. I'm getting an audition vibe. Written about 150 words, not in chronological order, but it's words. Last sentence. More like you find beauty where you can't. Where you can. I don't know why my brain has had an add a T on there. Copy editor seems to hate my immodest future. Well, I believe in you, friend. I believe in you. Sending good vibes. JK got 301 words written. Very nice. Very nice. Ooh, last line from the villain. Though as much fun as I'd have watching you squirm, I'm not going to blackmail with that information. Oh no, that'd be letting you off way too easy. We love it when blackmail is too easy. You know, got to make it worse somehow. And we love to see the raising in the stakes. Ari Gold type studio exec. Okay. It's kind of giving that vibe for sure. Yeah, it's fine. I had to like fix it in my brain, but we got there. Oh, all right, friends. Well, that does bring us to the end of our Saturday sprints. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for, if you're currently reading The Same House, thank you for signing up to be an ARC reader. If you still want to be an ARC reader, the link's in my bio. And otherwise, friends, we'll be back here next Thursday. Actually, wait. Let me not lie to you. Let's see. What's today? I lied to you. I will not be here next Thursday. Next Thursday, I will be at Dollywood with my husband celebrating his birthday. So, no stream next week, but I'll be back for a Saturday morning stream, and it'll actually kind of be a very fun, very interesting surprise morning stream. So, you're probably going to want to be there. So, that'll be in 2 weeks. I'll have it posted soon. I'll have another vlog probably in a couple weeks as well. Kind of just like an update on all of my goals, my writing goals for the year, what I still plan to accomplish, what I've already accomplished. So that's kind of the vibe. That's what we're doing. Okay. So yes, you did. Got to get on it. Got to get downloading it. But with that, thank you also so much for being here. I love you also so much. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.